Oh, welcome to the. I want to say wellness artist podcast. Obviously, is the wisdom across ages. Sorry, that's my kind of memory stuff. Maybe would again. I just want to make this video not scripted, kind of free flowing. Why our wellness artist podcast? Sorry about that. For the patience, for your understanding. You just need somebody to delegate that to, right? Because I know I could be quite hard on myself, and I know that. So I've been sort of speaking to my team, and they've been giving me feedback. They said they know I'm a very independent thinker, and that's not autism at all. A lot of people out there they don't have a clue what they're talking about, particularly people psychiatrists in the trenches. So the best mind there, you have to be independent thinker on one hand, at the same time be collaborative and be able to set boundaries. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, or Asian, okay? Uh, Right. So don't let me go into that. I think so okay, this morning did my stuff. I said, I'm a pro dad. So this one I'm learning now. Being a great dad is like shaving. No matter how good you shave today, you have to do it again tomorrow. So my two kids, they're always surprising me, which I find interesting, and they keep me on my toes. And I was speaking to one of my collaborator, Adam. He's a top coach. You could check him out on LinkedIn. Amazing guy. He's one of my collaborators. We probably need to get him on one of our podcasts. We've got families as well. We're married to incredible, they're not perfect, but incredible women as well. So we're both doctors. We like law. We like all this philosophy stuff. He doesn't look like me, sound like me, but we sound British, right? And that's awesome. And I like people like that. And it challenges me, make me much better. So one of the other things also is that this morning I went for a quick walk. I saw Ben. He's from Hong Kong. Amazing guy. We talk about quickly. People say I don't talk to people. I talk to people. So we talk about kids, parenting, and all that stuff. So he asked me quick questions. And I thought I could have recorded that for this podcast. So one of the things my team has been saying is that they want me to be asking, rather than going through a Daily Stoic, which is a great book, I still read that. Maybe we should ask some very interesting questions, So they've created some questions. We shall see. So we've got one here. We shall see how that goes, okay? So before much ado, I like to keep wisdom in front of me every day before I make something stupid or I slip down and go into the wrong bed. You don't want to do that, right? Or say something stupid on my show. Okay. So the foolishness of unfaithfulness. So that's Proverbs 7. So today, I won't be reading the Latin, okay? Maybe you have to jump on one of my mastermind call if you want to learn Latin. I'm sorry, afraid. But maybe I'll just try to be flexible. So I just read this. I was reading to Josh and Annie today before they disappeared on their own adventure. My son, place close attention and don't forget what I tell you to do. Obey me and you will live. Let my instruction be your greatest treasure. Keep them at your fingertips and write them in your mind. I think another translation says, write them on the tablet of your heart. Let your wisdom be your sister or brother, right? And make common sense your closest friend. And common sense is not common these days. So it talks about a very naive young man. I can relate to that many years ago, right? So we are all naive at some point. So let me know. I find it really interesting and fascinating, family, friends, colleagues. Just read Proverbs 7 and let me know what's your verse, perhaps which of the quote or whatever you're showing, you're marinating on. Okay, so I think the other thing really is, so I think we should do the question before the Latin. So I think the Latin would be great. So it makes it really nice. So call quick Latin. Then my Latin teacher is always listening. I say interesting. I think it took me 10 years to learn Latin. I'm finding that quite interesting. Okay, so okay, yeah, you can check daily the daily stoic out. Check. I'm always reading. A page every day. I mean, Ryan didn't pay me to do this. He's a great guy. He's mentored me from a distance part before. I don't necessarily listen to his content at the moment, but I've got his book right. But he's a great guy. So the question is, I'm looking at my I don't want to make this sort of scripted. Okay. What is the relationship between faith and reason? That's one of the questions our community have posed to me. Again, this and all, I'm always in a flux. Okay, I'll be surprised in the next 5 years if I'm still saying the same thing. So you'll be surprised if you met me maybe in a month's time. I'll tell you something different. But at the moment, at this level of consciousness, so I'm a man of faith and of science and philosophy. When I say that, people get confused. Okay, but if you're grounded in faith, science and philosophy, you will know what I mean. Few people know that, even in the trenches. It's quite a shame. I read or listened to some great mind the other day. I'm not sure if it's Cambridge or in Harvard or Yale. I can't remember. It's a classic department. They were talking about. They said the guy described this metaphor. He said the right leg. Again, I'm paraphrasing now. So he said, do you stand on the right leg or the left leg of both? So one is, I can't even remember which one is which. So he says one is the leg of reasoning, and the one is the science, and the other is the leg of faith. And he says the best mind knows that standing on both legs is just, it's common sense. You don't want to stand on one leg, right? You want to stand on both. But few people can do that, and I don't want to mention names, but in the trenches, I've noticed that. So the relationship I just explained to you, that's just a relationship about that. I'm a man of faith and reasoning. And when I even interact with my wife, she found it interesting. And my two kids, that's the way we're raising them. And my wife compliments me. Okay, she brings her own bearing on them, which is great, because sometimes I'm busy and she will have to address those things, which is great to have two parents at home. So we train them a person of faith. They don't necessarily agree with that, but we have to give it a button. And then they are very independent thinkers, but Annie and Josh, and we're encouraging that. Even in school, they're trying to say, sit down, do it there, and I'm challenging the teachers. Right, it's great to have critical thinking skills, which is not common these days. But of course, you want them to be respectful, but to have a discourse. And we don't have that in Canada, which is a shame, right? Even in Britain, where we are left, we don't have that. It's just a shame. But that's why we're doing this podcast. Hopefully, I'm sure in the US they have common sense. So that's why we're doing this podcast, to challenge people to be able to. When you're a supplement of faith, you don't have to be religious. And I think most people are, and they don't know that, because they were brought up in a kind of faith-based environment. So what do you think about that question? So what's the relationship between faith and reasoning? I want to hear your comment. Put it down in the comment below. Actually, I can say show note in the comment below, and let me know what you think about that relationship. Who knows? We can spark some interesting discussion from here. I'm not planning to discuss turn this into a lyceum. I was saying Professor Julie Cotidie, a professor of classics, I think in London School of Classics or whatever, and she's an amazing lady. I'm always learning from people. And he described, is it Socrates or Aristotle? He has his own lies. I'm struggling with that word. Is it lies? I don't know. I'm always learning. Okay, so let's quickly do it. Oh, I'm going to a minute now. After I'm going a minute, so Cotidie, disce, Cotidie, disce. So learn every day, grow every day. That's one of my mantra. Okay, what's one thing you can learn today to keep you growing? Think about that. So today, my two kids, they're giving me things to learn. My neighbors, my wife. They're not perfect society, right? But we live in an incredible society where you can learn from. I just met Ben. He's from Hong Kong. So let me know what you think. Otherwise, subscribe, share, and comment. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. So, Benedictus. Bye. Let me know what you think about our philosophical questions. If you don't like, you probably will remove it. If you like more of Daily Stoic, let me know about that. Otherwise, have a great day. It's really sunny. I have to go for one of my hikings. It's been a while I've been there. Let there be light. Bye.